What is literature? Literature is written works like stories, poems, and plays that show human ideas and feelings. What are the main types of literature? The main types are poetry, drama, and prose. What is poetry? Poetry is writing with rhythm, and often rhythms. It expresses emotions. What is drama? Drama is a play written for acting on stage. What is prose? Prose is normal writing like novels and essays without rhythm or rhyme. Who is the greatest English playwright? William Shakespeare. What is a novel? A novel is a long story written in prose. What is a short story? A short story is a small story with fewer characters and a simple plot. What is a tragedy? A tragedy is a serious play that ends in sadness or death. What is a comedy? A comedy is a funny play with a happy ending. Who was William Shakespeare? He was an English playwright and poet, famous for plays like Hamlet and Macbeth. When was Shakespeare born? He was born in 1564. What is Shakespeare's most famous play? Hamlet is his most famous play. What is the theme of Hamlet? The theme is revenge, death, and madness. What is the famous line from Hamlet? To be or not to be, that is the question. What is the theme of Macbeth? The theme is ambition and its dangers. What is a Shakespearean sonnet? It is a 14-line poem with a specific rhyme pattern. What is the theme of Sonnet 18? It talks about eternal beauty and love. What are Shakespeare's 4 great tragedies? Shakespeare's 4 great tragedies: Hamlet, Macbeth, Othello, and King Lear. What is the difference between a Shakespeare's tragedy and comedy? Tragedy ends in death, comedy ends in happiness. What is the importance of literature? Literature teaches about life, culture, and human emotions. What are the elements of literature? The main elements are plot, character, setting, theme, and style. What is a theme in literature? A theme is the main idea or message of a story. What is a plot? The plot is the sequence of events in a story. What is characterization? Characterization is how a writer describes characters in a story. What is the climax of a story? The climax is the most exciting or important part of a story. What is a metaphor? A metaphor is a figure of speech that compares two things without using like or as. What is a simile? A simile is a comparison using like or as. What is an allegory? An allegory is a story with a hidden meaning, usually moral or political. What is a fable? A fable is a short story that teaches a moral lessons, often using animals as characters. What is a myth? A myth is a traditional story that explains natural events or human behavior. What is a legend? A legend is a story passed down through generations, often based on real events. What is satire? Satire is a way of using humor to criticize people or society. What is irony? Irony is when something happens that is the opposite of what is expected. What is symbolism in literature? Symbolism is when an object or word represents a deeper meaning. Why is Shakespeare called the Bard of Avon? Because he was born in Stratford-upon-Avon and wrote great poetry. How many plays did Shakespeare write? He wrote 39 plays. How many sonnets did Shakespeare write? He wrote 154 sonnets. What are the three types of Shakespeare plays? Tragedy, comedy, and history. What is the main theme of Romeo and Juliet? The theme is love and fate. What is Julius Caesar about? It is about the assassination of the Roman leader Julius Caesar. Who is the main character in Othello? Othello, a Moorish general in the Venetian army. What is the main theme of King Lear? The theme is power, loyalty, and family betrayal. What is the theme of Merchant of Venice? The theme is justice, mercy, and revenge. What is the famous speech in Julius Caesar? Friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears. What are the main types of poetry? The main types of poetry are lyric, narrative, and dramatic poetry. What is a sonnet? A sonnet is a 40-line poem with a fixed rhyme scheme. What is blank verse? Blank verse is poetry that has no rhyme but has rhythm. What is free verse? Free verse is poetry with no fixed rhythm or rhyme. What is an epic poem? An epic poem is a long poem about a hero's journey. What is an elegy? An elegy is a poem about death or loss. What is an ode? An ode is a poem that praises something or someone. Who is the father of English novel? The father of English novel is Daniel Defoe. What is the first English novel? Robinson Crusoe by Daniel Defoe is the first English novel. Who wrote Pride and Prejudice? Pride and Prejudice wrote Jane Austen. What is the theme of Pride and Prejudice? The theme of Pride and Prejudice is love, marriage, and social status. Who wrote Wuthering Heights? Wuthering Heights wrote Emily Bronte. Who wrote Great Expectation? Great Expectations wrote Charles Dickens. What is the theme of Great Expectations? The theme of Great Expectation is ambition, social class, and personal growth. What are the main elements of drama? The main elements of plot, characters, dialogue, setting, and theme. What is an act in a play? An act is a major section of a play. What is a scene in a play? A scene is a smaller part of an act. What is a soliloquy? A soliloquy is when a character speaks alone on stage, sharing thoughts. What is an aside? An aside is when a character speaks directly to the audience, but other characters don't hear. What is a protagonist? The protagonist is the main character in a story or play. What is an antagonist? The antagonist is the character who opposes the protagonist. What is a tragic hero? A tragic hero is a main character in a tragedy who has a flaw that leads to their downfall. What is catharsis? Catharsis is the emotional release that the audience feels after watching a tragedy. What is a chorus in Greek drama? The chorus is a group of performers who comment on the action of the play. What is Shakespeare's last play? Shakespeare's last play is Tempest. What is the theme of the Tempest? The theme of the Tempest: forgiveness, magic, and power. What is the theme of Twelfth Night? The theme of Twelfth Night: love, disguise, and mistaken identity. Who is the villain in Othello? The villain in Othello is Iago. What is the famous quote from Macbeth? The famous quote from Macbeth: "Fair is foul, and foul is fair." Who is the female lead in Romeo and Juliet? The female lead in Romeo and Juliet is Juliet. What are Shakespeare's history play about? They are about English kings and their reign. What is a ballad? A ballad is a narrative poem that tells a story. What is a haiku? A haiku is a short Japanese poem with 3 lines. What is a limerick? A limerick is a funny 5-line poem with a specific rhyme scheme. What is the rhyme scheme of a Shakespeare sonnet? The rhyme scheme of Shakespeare sonnet is AB AB, CD CD, EF EF, GG. What is the theme of Ode to a Nightingale by John Keats? The theme is beauty, nature, and escape from reality. Who wrote the rhyme of the Ancient Mariner? The rhyme of the Ancient Mariner wrote Samuel Taylor Coleridge. What is the rhyme of the Ancient Mariner about? It is about a sailor who is cursed for killing an albatross. What is Paradise Lost? It is an epic poem by John Milton about Adam and Eve's fall. What is realism in literature? Realism shows life as it is without exaggeration. What is modernism in literature? Modernism is a movement that breaks traditional forms of writing. Who wrote Jane Eyre? Jane Eyre wrote Charlotte Bronte. Who wrote Animal Farm? Animal Farm wrote George Orwell. What is the theme of Animal Farm? The theme of Animal Farm is power, corruptions, and revolution. Who wrote 1984? 1984 wrote George Orwell. What is dystopian literature? It describes a society that is bad or controlled by a harsh government.